Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I know it's been a while. I've been a little sick, but I'm kind of getting over it now. Today we have this beautiful opalized glass that we're going to be working. I believe it's 5 inches. It kind of has a cool little knife blade shape already. It's about 3/8 thick, I believe. Not too bad. So we're just going to pressure flake this. I don't know if I'm going to use any indirect on it. I don't believe that we should have to, but if the opportunity arises, then I might switch over, but we will see for sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with this here. I have my pressure flaker. It's not the sharpest, so we could go ahead and sharpen it already early. So my previous experience working slabs is very minimal. I worked a small little 2-inch Amazon slab that was literally just about a 1/4 inch thick, and the resulting ending blade or point was literally probably no more than 1/8 of an inch thick. So I mean really thin. This is thicker than the Amazon piece. So I'm hoping, I have I had success, but this is my first time working this material, and like I said, I've only watched a few videos on it, and I'm gonna go through, run a series of flakes on each side, and then work the other side also. So I'm just gonna go. So what I do on the first one I've ever did is I'm gonna put inward pressure. So I'm pressing in, and then I'm going to try to pop it off. So let's try to start in the corner, see if we can get started here. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get started. So there we go. So you can see that we got started. We got one little flake. So I'm going to look, for me personally, I'm going to try to decide to do about 1/4 of an inch in between each one, and I'm about halfway up, pushing in and then popping it off, and it should run through at least halfway for me. You can apply, I believe you can apply more pressure, but for this piece, this is what I'm going to do. That's a little bit more pressure. You guys can see that hopefully clearly. 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going inward pressure, and then at the end I'm just popping it off. So I'm going to do that a few more times so you guys can see inward pressure, then popping it off, and it's going halfways. So this is actually getting in the way a little bit here, so I'm going to try to push it up even, and let's try this again. A little bit better. That was about halfway. So let's go ahead and do a little run. We're going to run all the way through the end of the piece. That was a better one. Hopefully this is coming up clear on camera. Make sure it's sturdy in your hand. You don't want it moving because you're applying so much pressure. Sometimes I turn it sideways. It just depends on what's more comfortable for me. Once I get closer to the edge, I'm actually bracing it still on the corner, turning the blade in my hand, still trying to run a flake. It's not as easy. right here, and small little tiny one at the end, just like that. So there's our first run. Doesn't look too bad. So I believe that I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. I'm gonna try to run the same thing halfways. I'm gonna pick, see, I'm not sure about this yet, so if you guys can see this, I'm not sure yet if I'm supposed to pick in between or right even with this. I think we'll have issues if we go in between, so maybe I'll go even. 1, 2, 3. I like that little popping off sound. That means it's a good flake. There we go. So this is new for me. I've only done this once before, and I had issues with the edge of the blade or of the point. So I'll be working on that today. Trying to see if I can improve. So once your tip of your tool starts getting dull, I found that, at least from my first attempt at this, that keeping a sharp point does matter. All right, there we go. Nice and sharp. You guys can see that. Nice and sharp. All right, so I'm still picking the same thing right underneath it. Much better grab already. All right, so there is our first pass. You guys can see that, hopefully good on camera. And there's the other side. So the other side, I went a lot further, so you can see that hopefully. The flakes ran like 3/4 of the way. Pretty nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I am going to, let's see. I'm not sure if I should work the other side and then come back to this. That's what I'm unsure about, so bear with me. Let's just go ahead and let's run a series of flakes going through the other side. Let's get rid of all the original glass. All right. So I was unsure about this corner. See how it's angled? I kind of went in, and then I came back across it. Like I said, I'm not exactly positive if that was correct, but that's what I'm going to do. Nice flakes. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I'll show you guys the flake scars in a minute. So you can see it does go all the way across. Inward pressure. So I'm pressing in, so like if I was going pressing past it. So I'm a lot of inward, and then at the end I'm just kind of flicking my wrist. Ooh, kind of want to overshot on that one a little bit. Got to be careful, I don't want to break it. Like I said, I'm really new to this. Trying to get the right angle too, so I can run a flake is tough. So now it's going across my fingers. Got to be careful with this. So this is a tough hold for me, so I'm gonna have to figure this out. So you guys are seeing me in time trying to figure this out too. Let's go here. Just can't get comfortable. There we go. Little easy chop, I guess. Took it off. There's one full pass. It's beautiful stuff. Let's do the other side. And now I'm just picking every single time I have a dip. You can see there's a dip. I'm just picking that to go into for now with this first piece to see if it works. Good flake. So that one slipped a little bit. My tool's getting a little dull. Yeah, time to sharpen, guys. That should be good enough. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see if we can run that flake a little bit more just on top of it. It's already slippery, so maybe we'll just go right next to it for now. There we go. Keep a sharp tool, everybody. If you're new like me and you're just learning for the first time, sharp tools are good. There we go. Popping those flakes. All right. First pass, front and back. We got rid of all the original glass. Check this out in the middle. It's got this beautiful like spiraling, beautiful stuff. Okay, so I have this nice flake scarring going already, so that's pretty much taken care of as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's some glass that's stuck on the surface, little tiny flakes that can possibly be taken out. I'll pick those out later with like a steel tool that I have, steel pressure flaker. So what I'm going to do now, I believe, is I'm going to work the corner, and I'm going to try to create a center line. I'm just going to work the edge until I can get a corner, and I'm going to work my way down. We're going to see if it works. I'm not positive, but we're going to give it a go. See if we can get, so I'm just running small little flakes here. I'm not trying to do too crazy of them with flakes right now. Too big, too much, how you say it? Too big of flakes. They're just little choppy ones. I'm trying to do it so until I can create a center line. So I'm kind of knocking off the tip as if I was working a regular piece of stone. There we go. So I finally got into it. Let's see, I know it's a glass, so it's tough to see on camera, but right at the tip, there's no more squared surface. It's actually to a point. So I'm going to work that all the way down, hopefully. Still trying to keep it center. And now zigzagging it. Now overall, this opalized glass is pretty cool, but it is hard to see. It's hard to see your ridges. So I'm trying to find them right now. It's not as easy, but it's coming together. Let's see, you guys can see right there, there's a little bit of a point forming. I'm sure there's better methods to doing this. I don't know them because I'm new, but this is what I'm gonna be working with today. So as I mentioned early on in the video, I have been a little sick. Nothing crazy, just like a cold, maybe the flu, I'm not sure. Probably just a cold. But we did reach over 500 subscribers, and as I promised, there will be a 500 subscriber video coming out soon. And we will be giving away something pretty cool. So I have some pretty cool things in mind, and I will have a little either YouTube video or a little short on how my subscribers and followers and everybody who's been liking and commenting on my videos can have a chance to win some cool stuff. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting. Alright, I'm kind of liking how this is working out so far. Working the little edge after the initial stage. It seems to be going pretty good. I'm working the low spot, so here. It's hard to see with this glass, but there is a low spot. So right now it's on the high side, so I'm going to turn it over. And I'm always working the low spots. Let me adjust this for you. So right here, there's a low spot. We're just gonna work the low spot the whole way around. I'm gonna have to sharpen this tool again. It looks like I'm gonna have to sharpen this tool quite a bit throughout this process. Now I'm not really running these flakes through the piece. I already have that beautiful scarring. So right now I'm just kind of creating a nice center line, and then if I have to, I'll run something. This is just the method that I'm using right now. I will spend some time and sit down and look at some more videos of how to work slabs. But for now, for this video, I just want to kind of learn on my own. On what I might think is correct. You know, I'm sure I'll find out that I might be either wrong or right at the end. But I'm okay with that. There we go. I'll show you the center line too in just a little bit once I'm done with this first pass. We're coming to the end of it. You can see right there. Yeah, please feel free to comment in the videos and let me know, you know, some tips and tricks. You know, like I said, this first one that I'm doing here, I want to learn on my own. So I didn't really watch too many videos. You know, I watched a basic on how to probably start it. But after that, I wanted to experience it for myself. There we go. And let me know also what you guys are interested in. Like, I like doing these giveaways. Do you guys want to just see, like, I give away some rock, some glass. Well, the first two I give away glass. But do you guys want to see me give away also, like, some of my points? Some of the stuff I've been making? Do you want to, like, you guys like this kind of stuff right here, like these slabs? You know, let me know what you guys are interested in, and I'll see if I can accommodate for my videos. A little bit too far away. There we go. And so I do know that I remember listening to some comments, and they said they recommended don't sharpen the backside. So I got flake scarring on this already. I might dull out this backside for the sake of a knife, and then sharpen the front. But I still wanted to get a beveled edge on it. So you guys can see that there is a center line. I'm not exactly sure if, you know, if people want the backside of their knife sharpened. So kind of just going off of that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to work the tip of this here and to have a center line, and just work the low end all the way till I get to the end of the blade. Trying to find it. This glass is visually tricky, but like I said, overall it's some stunning stuff. Definitely stunning. It should be for the amount that I paid for it. So everything that you guys see on my channel is paid for and bought by me. I don't get sponsored by anybody, obviously, or, you know, I just love Flint Knapping, and so I said, why not bring some nice stuff to the channel and get some nice material. I do have a lot of material already here. I have some obsidian, some dacite. I have I still have that Kia cook that I worked a couple videos back that I'm just saving for myself, like when I want to work on it here and there in some videos, because I actually really enjoy working it. It's kind of like a little gift to myself here and there. If I make some good videos, I'll work on some Keokuk. I just like the Keokuk personally. Alright, this is seeming to work out pretty good so far. It's hitting the corners. I am pushing in just a little bit too, just to run some flakes, but I don't want to mess up the original flake scarring that I put on it initially, because it looks beautiful. Alright, let's stop and take a look. So you can see how the edge looks. So this is how it looks after your first pass. And then so now I'm working this corner edge, and it'll stay a corner until we're done. If you continue to work the low side, it'll stay a corner. I think I get one more here, and then continue to rotate it. It's almost time to sharpen this tool. I know I said that a little bit ago, but it's getting close. I'll try to stay in frame for you guys a little bit better. Pay attention to what I'm doing. So you can see there's a little bit of a low side right here. And I'm just going to kind of popping. This one I'm kind of popping to the side. And then when I turn it around, I'm popping through it. So to the side. And then on this one, I'm actually going in. It's just the way that it's set up. It seems to be working. So here, I'm kind of popping to the side, and then this flake I'm gonna go in, and it seems to be working pretty well. To the side, then in. So yeah, seems to be doing good so far. I just love the amount of concentration this requires. Sometimes you just need for me, it's a time to unwind. Just go ahead and make something nice. Hopefully, you know, hopefully. We're Flint Knappers. I'm trying to be a Flint Knapper. Doesn't always go the way you want it. So here we're getting to a little bit of a tough spot, so you can see it's kind of flattish here. There's still a low end. Let's wait for that to pass. Okay, there's still a low end, so I'm just trying to find it and pop some of that glass off. We're definitely coming to the end here. That one almost went in my eye. That flake popped out pretty good. Let's see, fix this camera. Let's move it over a little bit. All right. Alright, coming to the end of this, at least the blade side. Overall, I mean, was the technique successful so far? You know, we'll wait and see. Pop off the last corner. And as you can see, I haven't abraded anything yet. You know, working the edge, I didn't have to abrade anything yet. And which is pretty good so far. It saved me a lot of time. Last little bit of this blade. Now I don't know if I'm going to work the bottom. That's the part that if I was to make this into a knife, it's going to sit, you know, it's going to be hafted and sit in there. I believe that's what it's called. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do I need to, should I work the bottom of this? I'll show you guys in a minute what I mean. All right. We're almost there. All right. So let's give you a close-up here. So this is what we have. So far, you guys can see the flake scar, and hopefully there's one pass. We have a center line running through it. This side also. I mean, overall, it already looks pretty nice. It's kind of crude. So what I will do now is I will probably probably abrade it, and if there's any issues, we're gonna go ahead and clean up that center line like really nice. Run some flakes too if we need to run any flakes going into it, but I mean it's pretty thin. You guys can see right there. It already looks pretty cool. So I think the next step is going to get the cleanup pad and make that center line like immaculate right down the middle. It's hard to see, but there's a little bit of a shot of it. We'll clean it up a lot better than that. And let's go ahead and get that done right now. Okay, so first step on working slabs for me was run flakes on both sides. Second step was working the corner around the entire piece. That was my step. And now step 3 is a braid. This is glass, so you should be wearing a mask. Especially while abrading. Like I said, I didn't abrade at all through the whole flaking process until now. The cleanup for me is going to be cleanup, and hopefully you guys can see the center line. I know it's tough. It's opalized glass, but let me sharpen my tool. Pretty good to me. Alright, so I just use this little leather cleanup pad that I've been using on all my videos. One side's flat, one side is slightly a little higher, has a little bevel. That's usually the side that I use. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick all my low ends obviously and try to run a little flake to clean it up. And I am running little flakes. Hopefully you can see this on camera. Just the area that needs it. Even for me, it's tough to see. It is a tough edge to see for sure. All right. Might need to abrade it just a little bit more so I can see the edge. So I think we need to abrade the edge a little more. Just so I can see it. Alright, I can actually see the center line. You guys can see it right there. It was tough to see initially. So I was recommended, remember I said that someone recommended probably not sharpening the backside of the knife. So I'm going to do the center line and then I'm going to dull it off. These are just small little flakes pushing in and down. If I can get it. There we go. Sometimes turning the tool helps too, if it doesn't want to take. And sometimes it takes pretty easily. There we go. These are just little tiny cleanup flakes. I do actually like using the steel pressure flaker on glass. It seems to do a good job. A little slippery. All right, little slippery right in here. It's just a little slippery. I'm going to give it a little touch. See if that helps. Let's try it again. There you go. This pressure flaking is sure dulling my point. I used to hammer the point. It just seems to, it works okay for me. This way is just a little faster. You just got to keep sharpening. See how I slickly switched the pad? I didn't even realize I switched it the first time until I was doing it. This glass is slippery. Oh, okay. I think I just figured it out. Yeah, I just figured it out. So now my hand's a little stiffer. Everything's a little bit more compact. And I am really just pressing in. There we go. I think I just got it. There we go. So I'm looking at it from an angle, and I'm looking at the center line as I'm doing this, and just noticing if there's a little ridge I can take to clean it up. Like I said, I work other glass that I make personally, and it's a little bit easier to see the center line than this stuff. But this stuff is beautiful, so it's okay. I'll deal with it. Alright, I'm going to switch to steel. We're going to switch to a steel pressure flaker and see if it makes a difference. Just give me one moment. Alright, we're going to switch to a steel pressure flaker. I do make these too. A lot of people make their own tools. This is one of the ones that I made. And you guys can see right here, it does have a point. And let's see if it works a little bit better for me. Just as far as grabbing. Yeah, that was easy. Look at that. I don't know if you guys could tell already, but it just grabbed that edge and took it off. I mean, that's just like 4, 5 quick little flakes that I did, and it's just taking it right down. So look at the center line. It's cleaning it up pretty good. So switching to steel. If you're having trouble with copper for some reason, it seems to be working okay. And I'm doing these little fine flakes too, so they're small. You guys can see right here. I mean, they're really fine. So just to clean up this center line. It's not always getting it, but we're going to try it here. There we go. Just visually inspecting it. I know I'm going to have to abrade again soon. I just want a really nice center line. Work the point a little bit so you guys can see the point right there. Not too bad. Okay, let's really work this. We're going to try to run a little bit of flakes because we want a sharp blade. Seems like I was working the high side on that one on accident. All right. It's just getting into a certain spot. So you guys see it slips off, right? So you just got to pick and choose an area that you still need to run a flake, and it helps loosen, like it helps like with the, I think it's the amount of stone that's there, or glass. It makes it a little easier. Sometimes if flake's not running, sometimes a choppy flake works. So I'm just figuring it out as I go. Gonna move back to this pad just for a little bit. I see some flakes that need to be ran. So we'll take that opportunity. I'm also trying to be cautious. You know, just little flicks. I'm not pushing my hand in so much that I could slip. I'm just little nicks. Still pressure, but trying to have better technique. I know it's hard to see on camera, but this is actually a low side the whole way through from here to here. You see right there, so it's actually lower. So I'm gonna run a series right there. And you can see them popping off pretty nicely, which is what we want. So working on the tip here, you can see the tip, it's a little off. So it's lower here. We're gonna work that. Might do some light pressure flaking on the tip. See if I can hold it correctly. A little awkward. There we go. You can see the center line against the leather. All right, let's see it so far. You can, if you're looking at it, you can see right here, there's a little bit of a knot right there. But it is coming together. See, I got to work on that straightening that out. But it's just a little fine detail work from here on out, I believe. That right there. So anytime I see something like this, I'll put my hand under it. Okay. Anytime I see something like this, like those little knots, I try to take that out. So I'll actually pressure flake that out. if I can. And then I'll show you it again in a little bit. The center line is important, so is the top view. Alright, so you can see there some of those major little knots, they're gone. I just worked them out. You can see on both sides. Alright, we're very close, everybody. We're going to abrade it one more time. We're going to abrade this back end to dull it off, and we're going to sharpen this right now for sure. So let's get ready to go. Final pass for this one piece. Abrade the back side. If you're happy with your center line, then I'm abrading the back side. Pretty happy with it. Maybe a little cleanup, but overall not bad. All right. Sharpening pass. Cleanup pass. And I'm just picking about 1/8 of an inch in between each other. Obviously, if it needs something else, if it needs another, like, just needs an adjustment, I'll take care of it. Hope you guys can see this pretty good. I keep saying for so long I need to watch some sharpening videos, and it's true. Just haven't had time yet. Just kind of going based off of what I think. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but like I said, it's still early on, and for me learning, I know I'm going to make some mistakes. But I'm okay with it. Alright, let's work this tip a little bit. It's on the low end. It's trying to really get in here. Trying to raise it up. Just like that. You can see I raised it up right there. Turn it over. See if there's anything that needs to be fixed. I think the extra time on it does matter. I think this side is fine. I think that side needs to be worked. So let's go ahead and, yeah, it's low. There we go. You guys can see that. Hopefully you can see it's definitely coming together. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, what do you think of this Opalized glass? Have you used it before? This is my first time using this. I think I like it. I think it's tough to see. I have some other slabs that'll be coming up in the next week or two, and those should be pretty interesting to see. They're more stone, coral. Now I'm not really sharpening this backside. I'm just straightening it up, being picky. Definitely being picky. Alright, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think I'm going to call it quits for this piece. I think overall it's not a bad knife blade. I happen to like it. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. It does help my channel. And also look out for that 500 subscriber video. I know we're past 500 subscribers, but I wasn't feeling too well the last couple weeks, and now I'm ready to go and to be offering some more videos and that cool giveaway that's coming up also. Take care. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one.